Hi everybody and welcome to this qualifying round playthrough for Pro Division of the President's Cup here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well and the best of luck for this tournament. It's on a brand new course, Quail Hollow in the game of Golf Clash. Please hit thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Full 9 holes coming up with replays and adjustments. We've got a -18 here for you already, and for any that I didn't drop, I give you tweaks on a possible way to get the shot to drop instead. A couple of suggestions along the way as well. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how you're getting on in your rounds. I wish you the very best of luck and stay tuned for plenty of other tournament related content and more here on the channel. Here we go. Let's start with hole number 1. We're going to start with a hole-in-one on hole number 1, which is a par 3. We're going to play with the Katana and the Grizzly. 3 bars of left spin only. With the Grizzly levels 7 and 8, we set up at max distance with the power 2 ball, that is +6. Grizzly level 9, that will be at +3 yards. The ball guide will be pointing to the right edge of the cup, as you can see there when I'm zooming in. We are going to adjust maximum distance, 35% elevation, because the side wind has quite an effect on the ball guide here, will push us quite a bit to the left. So max +35. We are using Grizzly 9 numbers. So regardless of your club level, I want you to use Grizzly 9 numbers here because that's the adjustment that has been dropping for me. Hitting perfect here, the ball will bounce very nicely on the fairway, jump over the rough and the bunkers, and then roll very nicely straight at the pin for a hole-in-one to start your round here on hole number 1. Hole number 2 is a par 4, slightly nasty wind angle on this one. We can't get as much distance as I would like. I'm going to go with 4.5 top spin, 2 left spin. I'm limiting myself with the top spin for those that have extra mile 6+. So with extra mile 8, it is at +14 yards. Ball guide is shown. Look at where the ball guide is going through the tree shadow if you've got a different level of club or you want to use a more accurate club. Extra mile 6 or 7 will be setting up at max distance with a power 3 ball. Max +10 is the adjustment, half a ball of curl to the left, and we hit perfect, and the curl is going to take us round this dogleg fairway very nicely. We're not threatening the rough, and we get a nice roll out here. Drive distance that we're getting here, that you should be getting as well, is around 355 yards. Now, second shot, we're going to do a fringe check, and I'll explain that right now. So we go with the target and the ball guide in line with the pin, move the bullseye directly over the fringe at the back of the green where it meets the green. +5 is the reading here with Grizzly 7 or 8. That would equal +2 with Grizzly level 9. Then I'm adding spin, 2 back spin and a little bit of side spin to the right, having the red ring touching the rough and the ball guide you can see there, pointing right at the pin. Now, for a fringe check of +5, we're going to go 46% slider, 0 elevation. So it's just under mid-distance +0. If you don't want to use the slider, then you can still have a go at this shot without. So it's basically mid +0. And obviously for every yard difference, if you get a fringe check of +3, you will go 42% on the slider. It's 2% slider per yard. We get that one in, just creeping on the right edge. The adjustment on the notepad and that I've given you in the commentary should get you right at the pin on hole number 2. Hole number 3 is that crazily long par 5. Thankfully, we've got a nice wind angle here in the qualifying round. Extra mile 8, I'm going with 6 top spin, setting up at max distance, half of the red ring falling into the bunker. You really do need a driver with a load of top spin here. I haven't tested this with an extra mile 7. I think you'll be fine, but you will need to go with some overpower on the second shot, unfortunately. So go with as much top spin as you can. Aiming down the middle of the fairway, adjust max +10, push up to max and go with full overpower. Minor great left, minor great right with the extra mile 8 and probably extra mile 7. Absolutely fine. Extra mile 6 untested. It is a less accurate club. As you can see, a minor great right here. I'm not threatening the rough, so we're going to be absolutely fine. And we want a drive distance of around 450. Anywhere above there is going to be absolutely fine. Second shot, you need your big dog or the cataclysm. We're going to add spin first. We're going to add top spin, And let's see what I settle on in the video here. 6 bars of topspin. Then I'm going to stretch out into overpower to see the first bounce just on the rough line before the green. Then look at how many rings I've stretched out into overpower, because we're going to need that quantity to push up after we've adjusted. The adjustment here is maximum distance, 5% elevation. Because I'm using a berserker, I am using power 5 settings in the wind app, so make sure you do the same. Once we've adjusted, I'm pushing up the number of rings I needed to find my aim point. In this case, it was 2 rings. No overpower needed here. We're just going to take a perfect shot. Like I said, if you've got a lower level driver, you might need to go with some overpower if you can't push up the number of rings. But the idea is just to get the ball on the green. Maybe a little bit giddy with the topspin. I would probably reduce to 5 bars, to be honest, but still stretch out to find your position with that second bounce over the rough line. Less topspin will get you nearer the pin, but we just want to secure the eagle on this long and difficult par 5. Hole number 4, we've got a very, very close attempt here. Don't worry about the stuff on the notepad. I will explain it as we go along. If you can follow that and incorporate it into your game, it will help you drop some shots. But let's look at the drive first. Extra mile and a tighten. 4.5 topspin. 2 bars side spin to the right, and I'm going to replicate the stats for an extra mile 6 and 7 as well. So if you've got a lower level club, you can still play this shot. Red ring touching the rough, plus 14 with extra mile 8. That will be at max with the extra mile 6 and 7. Adjust max plus 10. We're not going to push up, we're just going to take our shot. And then we're going with 3/4 of a ball of curl outside the ring to the right. So 3/4 of ball curl to the right. Hitting perfect, and this one will bounce nicely on the fairway, jump beyond the bunker, not risking the rough or the sand at all, and then that is going to roll to a drive distance of 364 yards. Now, on the notepad, TWPC, that is top white pin check, and that's a distance check we're going to perform at the beginning. This is with a sniper 9, so you've got to factor in 2 yards difference with the sniper 10. So move your target up, have the top of the white ring touching the pin. Now, plus 9 was the yardage displayed. That is going to equal 58% on the slider, based on my efforts of dialing this shot in. Adding my spin, and I'm setting up with the inner yellow ring or the green ring, touching the rough line, ball guide through the hole. And the reason I'm going through the hole even with tailwind is because we adjust to a lower point, which is going to cost us distance. So the reason I set up high is because I then don't need to worry about pushing up after my adjustment. Now, this is based on the miss in the video, this tweak. So for plus 9 with the sniper 9, that's plus 7 with sniper 10. You want to go 58% slider minus 15% elevation. So 58% slider minus 15 elevation. Bear in mind, a great right is not safe here. If you hit a great right, you will most likely go out of bounds. So if you are not comfortable playing that shot, and you don't trust yourself to hit a perfect or a great left, please play a backspin shot and get to green safely for the birdie instead. So fair warning, great right isn't safe, but the tweak there should get you in for the eagle. Hole in 1 here on hole number 5, we're going to play a rough bump with a kingmaker. Now, we need power 3 because we're going to set up at the minimum distance line. So red ring touching the bunker at complete min with a power 3 ball. Then we're going to add spin after that, and only after we've found position. It's going to be around 2.5 top spin and around 2.4, 2.5 left spin to get the ball guide through the hole. You can see there it's going through the hole about 1.5 green squares. The reason I'm being vague about the spin is that because we're finding our position first on the min line, you just need whatever spin gets the ball guide through the hole. So even if you're just off a little bit with your landing position, just make sure that ball guide is through the hole. Minimum distance, 5% elevation, power 2 settings. Make sure you use power 2 settings in your app. Those numbers have been working very nicely for me. Perfect ball away, and subject to any wind angle tweaks, you'll have a very decent shot at the hole in 1. We're dropping it right at the pin here on hole number 5. Just taking a moment here to remind you all, I will be live streaming again after quite a long break this coming Sunday evening here in the UK. Join me. I've got a few questions to ask you all. You can ask me some questions as well. There will be some fun things as well, and maybe a couple of giveaways as well. So pop in, become a subscriber. You'll be able to chat live on stream. Join me there. I look forward to catching as many of you as possible on Sunday for the end of season 52 stream. Hole number 6 on the drive, we're going to go with the Titan and the extra mile 6 and above. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars, side spin to the left. And once again, setting up at plus 14 with the extra mile 8, just to show you that if you've got extra mile 6 or 7, you can still play this shot set up at max distance. We will need the big dog or the Cataclysm in for the second shot. Red ring touching the rough. The adjustment here is maximum distance, 10% elevation. Max plus 10. No need to push up, we just go as we are after our adjustment. And we're going to play with 3/4 ball curl to the left. Hitting perfect here, and the curl is going to take us around the fairway nicely on this dogleg par 5. Along there, missing the rough very comfortably. And the drive distance here is 351 yards. Second shot going with the big dog. Even a sniper 10 isn't going to reach unless you have more top spin that you can put on your drive. If you've got high level clubs, by absolutely, you can go for that, definitely. But if not, you can play as I do here. 2 right spin, and in the video I'm going with 1.5 top spin, setting up with the yellow ring touching the rough, and the ball guide there, you can see the second bounce just before the fringe, reducing the top spin down actually to 1.1, because I think my previous attempt I was coming in a bit too hot. Aim at the pin as best you can here with the low ball guide of the big dog. And here, even though I'm not quite at max distance of club, because we've got tailwind, I adjust maximum numbers anyway. So max plus 0 on this one. Like I said, if you've got more top spin or you want to go with a power 5 ball, you could push the drive. Then you would be in sniper range here if you really wanted to have a go for the albatross. The choice is yours. Take a token or 2 if you want to try and dial it in. But if not, perfect ball here with this adjustment is going to get very nicely to the green, not risking the rough or the sand, bouncing comfortably over. A little bit more top spin maybe. Tweak the aim point if you want to have a go for the albatross. But the eagle is the priority on hole 6. Hole number 7, very tough to get an eagle here. I'm going to go with a berserker because it gives you the best chance at the eagle. You don't have to go with a berserker if you just want a safer birdie, but here's an aggressive option if you want to have a go for it. So we're going with the berserker. It's a nasty wind angle, this one. We're going to go extra mile, 4.5 top spin, 2 side spin to the left. Setting up with the extra mile 8 at plus 25. That's going to be at plus 27 with the extra mile 7, plus 24 with extra mile 9. Blue ring touching the bunker. The adjustment is max plus 10. Takes me a little bit into overpower here. So 1 ring of overpower, but regardless of that, I'm going to go max because of the headwind. We want as much distance as possible. So max overpower, regardless, half a ball of curl to the left, try and hit perfect. Like I said, this is an aggressive option. May not be for everybody, but I'm putting it out there for consideration. Drive distance here with a nice perfect max OP ball, 376 yards. The reason I go with a berserker and the overpower is because I want to play with a sniper for the ball guide. And we are going to go with the spin here that you could see and setting up with the ball guide going through the hole. Position may vary slightly depending on your drive, but you can see there the ball guide is about 1 green square through the hole. Now plus 4 shown with the sniper 9, that will be plus 2 with the sniper 10. You can just see actually my aim. I'm aiming left edge of cup there. Forgot about that, so apologies. Left edge of cup. Plus 4 with the sniper level 9, plus 2 with sniper level 10 plays exactly mid distance, 10% elevation. So mid plus 10 for that landing position, you will be adding 2 or 3% per yard or subtracting. It is on average 2.5% slider per yard with a wood club. So you'd have to go 2 or 3 depending how many yards away you are. But mid plus 10 here for that landing position drops very nicely with that deliberate aiming to the left side of the pin. for an eagle. Very tough hole though, but there is an aggressive look at it if you want to try and get your eagle. Hole number 8, last of the par 3s, we're going to go with the Goliath because we have a nasty headwind angle here and we don't want to be in between clubs. It's 4.2 backspin and I'm setting up with the inner yellow ring touching the beginning of the fringe, and you'll see there the ball guide is around 1 green square short of the cup and ever so slightly to the left in the example here. Let's see how we get on. We're going to adjust this one maximum distance, 20% elevation. Backspin might need to vary if you're using a kingmaker. You might want a little click or two more backspin. But in the video here, 5.2 is low wind with a Titan. If you get high wind with a Titan, I would, to be honest, go with a kingmaker anyway. Try and keep the wind down. And we drop this in just on the right-hand side. And that's the type of shot I'm going for with the backspin. We could just aim one more click to the left to compensate. Obviously, wind angle and wind strength has a huge part to play on this hole. So tweak if you can, but there's a very good starting point on hole number 8. Going to finish with an albatross on hole 9. It is a berserker. If you don't want to use a power 5 ball, you're going to have to find an alternate safer route for your eagle with a power 3. But to go for the albatross, it's got to be a power 5. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars right spin. Setting up at plus 28 with extra mile level 8. Red ring touching the rough. That will be max with extra mile 6 or 7. Then we are going to adjust 10% elevation. Maximum numbers. Power 5 settings on this one, so max plus 10, power 5, and once we've done that we're going to do some pushing up, and in the end I push up a total of 8 yards. Reason I'm not pushing to max is because I want a slightly slower overpower needle. Full overpower, 0.8 ball curl to the right, so look at the edge of the berserker on the left, it's touching the inside of the wall of the adjustment ring. Hit perfect here, good chance hitting perfect with a slower needle, and we clear the fairway in the rough very nicely, and you want to be around 420 yards on this one. We have got to push this quite far to be in range for our sniper for the second shot. Now, LP plus 0 means we're going to look at the landing position plus yards. So let's have a look at the replay now. We are adding spin. I go with 2 right spins so that I don't need to adjust too far down into the water, and some backspin. Red ring touching the rough. In the end, let's have a look where the ball guide is. It's going just to the front of the cup. 3.2 backspin. Is that what I settle on? It is. And there you can see, just zooming in, red ring touching the rough, ball guide to the pin. Then we are going to adjust for plus 6 yards with sniper 9s. That will be plus 4 with sniper 10. Sniper 8 will be plus 10 yards. We are going to do just 63% slider. Higher winds, this will take you off the edge of the bricks into the water. In that case, I would suggest to try pushing up or going with a few clicks of overpower to compensate. It's going to be one of those, if you get high wind, it will happen. If you get lower wind like I do here, 6.8, you're going to be safe. So just be prepared for that. Take a token or two just to practice how much you might need to overpower or push up, because adjusting down there would lose you distance. But that one falls very nicely for an albatross. That is the best way. Being aggressive with a berserker if you want to go for that -3 to finish your round. Thank you very much for watching this video for the President's Cup in the game of Golf Clash. Hope you found it useful. Finally, head on over to us on Facebook. Search for BK Golf Clash and join our group. Loads of members there. There are some brilliant content creators providing free text guides, links to other channels as well, and some great discussion points, all designed to help you improve your game. So check out all the stuff here on the channel on YouTube, but also on Facebook as well. Thank you for watching and good luck in the President's Cup. Hope you all do well. See you soon. Take care. Bye for now.